Hello students, myself Deepika Prajapati from Computer Department and welcome to all of you in our today's video lecture series. So dear all students, today we are going to discuss about activity diagram. So in a previous video lecture we have already discussed about data flow diagram, UML diagram. UML stands for Unified Modeling Language. Data flow diagram, so DFD stands for data flow diagram. ERD, it means entity relationship diagram, then use case diagram. And now in this lecture we are going to discuss about activity diagram. So this topic is a very most important topic for GTU exam, and GTU exam this question asked like explain activity diagram with simple example. So whenever this type of question asked in GTU exam, then you have to write this type of answer for activity diagram with example. Okay, so let's start. What is activity diagram and how it works? So activity diagram is a UML diagram that is used to model a process. So once again, activity diagram is a UML diagram, that means Unified Modeling Language Diagram, and as we know, UML diagram is considered as activity diagram, sequence diagram, scenario based diagram, state diagram, so and so. So once again, see here, this is our behavioral view of UML diagram. So UML diagram behavioral view consider as a sequence diagram, collaboration diagram, state chart diagram and activity diagram. So in this lecture we are going to discuss about this activity diagram of behavioral view of Unified Modeling Language Diagram. In previous video lecture series we have already discussed about this all view like a structural, behavioral, environmental and implementation and user view. So now let's start activity diagram of the behavioral view of UML. So once again, activity diagram is UML diagram. It stands for Unified Modeling Language Diagram and it is used to model a process. Next, activity diagrams consist of activities, states and transition between activities and states. So what is states and what is the activity and how the activities and state transition relationship between user and system. So here activities, states and transition between activities, state describe using a one type of symbol, like here see, this is a activity symbol that is denoted by given a system of activity. Then this is the initial symbol that is denoted by as a first activity of the system. So here the first activity of the system, it means we can also say as a initially activity of the system. Then this type of symbol used for final activity, it means end point of the system. So in a this type of rectangle we denotes in activity. Then these types of fill up circle, it means it's known as a solid circle, that is it denotes initial activity. And here one, these types of bullseye symbol, it means it denotes final activity. So and so symbol, here one used for activity diagram, this one is flow, this symbol used for decision, then this symbol used for merge, this symbol used for fork, then this symbol used for join, and here one, this symbol used for any note about system. And here this is our activity diagram example. So now let's start all the description about this symbol is and activity diagrams description. So here it describe how the events in a single use case relate to one another. Then activity diagram represent workflows in graphical ways. So most important thing about activity diagram is activity diagram represent workflow. Here one, what is the denoted by activity diagram? So activity diagram denotes workflow in graphical ways, that is known as activity diagram. So the aim of activity diagram is to record a flow of control from one activity to another of each actor and show the interaction between user as well as we can also say as a client, employee and the system. Suppose here I give the example about bank ATM system. So in a bank ATM system, we can say a module as a user, as otherwise we can say also as a module customer. So customer and bank system, that is our module portion. So how we can communicate customer and bank ATM system? So that is represented by any symbol of the activity diagram. This is known as a workflow in graphical ways. So let's start. Here the activity diagrams are similar to procedural flow chart, and the difference is that activity diagrams support parallel activity. Now here describe the every symbol of activity diagram. So here one, the first symbol denotes is activity. So we have to write activity within this type of rounded edged rectangle. So it represents a particular action taken in the flow of control, and it is denoted by rectangle with round edges and labeled inside it describing corresponding activity. So whenever see here the example of activity diagram, so this is nothing but see insert bank card. We can also define with a round shaped rectangle as well as ellipse. So this shape is known as a ellipse, and here one, this shape is known as a rectangle with round shape. So here we can also denote activity within a round side rectangle edges. Either we can also denote activity within ellipse symbol. Okay, so this is nothing but our activity. Insert a bank card, process card. So this is our activity. So this type of activity we have to write down within a rectangular, otherwise rectangle, square with round edges shape. Okay, next second symbol says initial activity. It shows the starting point of first activity of the flow, and it denoted by solid circle. Solid circle, it means fill of the circle. So this is denoted by initial activity using solid circle symbol. So this one symbol used for initial activity. Then next symbol, it shows the end point of all activities. It is represented by bull's eye symbol. Like this symbol is she, like bull's eye. So here the final activity we have to represent with bull's eye symbol, and that is known as end point of all activities. Okay, next flow. A flow is represented with directed arrow. See, flow is represented with direct arrow. So this is our basic symbolic arrow direction, and that is known as simple directed arrow, and this is used to show transfer of control from one activity to another activity. Okay, and here see the diamond symbol. So diamond symbol is used for a decision mode, and we can say as also for a condition. So a decision node represented by diamond symbol. So here the diamond symbol is used for take a decision. Either we can also say as take any condition, then we can use this type of diamond symbol for a decision. Okay. Next, whenever any activity merge with counter as well as user as well as employee with system, then we have to use this type of diamond symbol for merge. So this is represented with diamond shape or more input transition and single output transition. So this symbol is used for more input transition and single output transition. Then next, fork. Fork is the point where parallel activity begin. It means that whenever any two activity contain at a time working, then it's known as this activity is our parallel activity. Once again, what is parallel activity? Whenever more than one activity work at a time, that means it known as our parallel activity. So whenever this type of activity denotes, we have to use a fork symbol. So here fork is the point where parallel activities begin, and fork is denoted by black bar. So here this thick line black shape is known as our black bar. See this thick line filled by black color, and this is known as a black bar with one incoming. This is our one incoming transition and several outgoing transition with two. So one incoming always and two outgoing transition with black bar, and this symbol is known as a fork symbol. It means that whenever any one incoming transition and several outgoing transition, then we have to use fork symbol. Okay. Then next, join. So join is denoted by black bar with multiple incoming transition. It means whenever more than one activities arrive at a time, then we have to use join symbol. So which type of symbol used for multiple activity at a time arrive? So then we have to use this type of join symbol. So join symbol, it represents synchronization of all concurrent activities. So here multiple incoming. So see, this is two arrow lining denotes multiple incoming with black bar and single outgoing. It means this arrow denotes our single outgoing transition. So here in fork only single incoming and several outgoing, and here in join multiple incoming and single outgoing. Okay. Then note. So whenever we have to used for any nodes of the system, then here we have to use this type of symbol, and this is known as a rectangle with cut side. This type of symbol known as a rectangle with cut side. So it is denoted by cut side rectangle. Okay. So unified modeling language UML allows attaching a node to different components of diagram to present some textual information. It could be some comments or maybe some constraints, and it is denoted by cut side rectangle. So whenever we define any nodes for the system, suppose we have to define a node about bank ATM system, then we have to use this type of symbol. Next, this is our example of activity diagram. So here the example of activity diagram, let's start with understanding for the activity diagram, and this activity diagram is about ATM bank system. So here insert bank card is our activity, and this activity mentioned within ellipse symbol, either you can also use this type of activity mentioned within rectangle with rounded edge symbol. So insert bank card is our activities. Then second, process card is our also activity. Next, this symbol is a diamond symbol, and as we know, this symbol is used for a decision. So here, if our process card is valid, then ask for pin. If our process card is invalid, then eject card, and here our finally end point say as your card is ejected and our task is completed. But if our card is valid, then bank ATM system will be asked enter your pin. So this is the decision making symbol, and here one ask for pin is our activity. So whenever the system will be asked enter your pin number, then enter pin, and then here once again decision symbol. If our pin number accepted by system, then we have to show a pop-up menu on the screen, and finally task will be completed. And if our enter the pin number is incorrect, then reject, and reject, then pin enter 3 times, 3 times your pin number incorrect, then eject your card. And either your pin incorrect less than 3 times, then once again ask and again enter your pin number. So this is our activity diagram for the bank ATM system. So this is the example about activity diagram. So this is the most important topic for the GTU exam, and this question asked in GTU exam like explain activity diagram with example. So whenever this type of question asked in GTU exam, then dear all, you have to write once again, first of all you have to write description about activity diagram. Then next, depends on your symbol explanation, so you have to explain all the symbol with its description. Then this is the example of activity diagram. So in a previous video lecture we have already discussed about use case diagram, but once again revise this topic, use case diagram. So see here, use case diagram. So in a use case diagram we have to use this type of shape, either we can also say as a symbol. So this symbol is used for our use cases system, and this rectangle is used for boundary of the system. So here each use case is represented by ellipse, that is known as ellipse, with the name of use case and written inside the ellipse, and all the use cases are enclosed with rectangle represented system boundary. So next, here the all symbol is used by use case diagram with its description. So see, this is nothing but customer, and this use case diagram is for ATM bank system diagram about use cases. So customer can deposit cash, customer can withdraw cash, and also customer can check balance. So this all process is done by customer, and this customer included as authenticate. So we can say as the customer and ATM bank system, the communicate between this customer and system denoted by this type of symbol, that means it is known as use cases. So customer can deposit case, customer can withdrawal case, customer can check balance, and these all include in one authenticated, otherwise we can also say as an authorized person. So that's why we know use case diagram is nothing but it connect user as well as we can also say as a customer employee connected with system. Okay, and finally here this is the best example of use case ATM system. So this is a customer, here one is a ATM technician, and this is a bank. So here this symbol is known as an actor. So actor can be like a person, machine, system, so and so. So here customer is our person, ATM technician is our one kind of a machine, and bank ATM system is one kind of our system. So customer can check balance, deposit funds, withdrawal case, transfer fund, but ATM technician can maintain all over this system and repair the system, and this all covered by bank system. So this is the best example of use case diagram for ATM bank system. So whenever this question asked in G2 exam, like explain use case diagram with proper example, then you have to write this type of description about use cases, its guideline, and describe all the symbol with its description, and then you have to draw this type of use case diagram example. Okay, so dear all student, I hope you all easily understand the concept about activity diagram and use case diagram. Use case diagram we have already seen in our offline classes and online classes both. So I hope you all easily understand the concept about use case diagram and activity diagram. So now our chapter number 2 is completed now, and the most important question of the chapter number 2 is here list out the types of designing activity and design methodologies. And this all question very most important question for the GTU exam. Then second question is give the definition of data object. Then third question is give the definition of data attributes and relationship, and list out the symbol of activity diagram, data flow diagrams, and define SRS. SRS stands for software requirement specification. So this all question is a very most important question for the GTU exam. So I hope you all easily understand about all the topic of the chapter number 2. If anyone have a doubt, then please comment on Google Classroom. Okay, thank you.